Who would win between Elsa from Frozen and Thanos with the Infinity Stones? They are two incredibly powerful individuals who wield formidable powers, and the outcome of the matchup could go either way depending on the circumstances. However, what if we took this battle to its ultimate conclusion and explored the full potential of each character's powers? Who would win in an all-out war? To answer this question, we must first examine the powers and abilities of each character. Elsa's powers over ice and snow are virtually limitless. She can create and manipulate ice and snow at will, summoning blizzards, icebergs, and even entire castles made of ice. Her powers also extend to healing, allowing her to mend broken bones and stop bleeding. In addition, she possesses the ability to freeze time, which gives her a significant advantage in battle by allowing her to eliminate threats before they can react. Furthermore, Elsa has demonstrated the ability to sense danger and can communicate with those she cares about telepathically. In the climax of Frozen 2, she even taps into the elemental powers of water, earth, and fire, further expanding her capabilities. On the other hand, Thanos is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. He possesses superhuman strength, durability, and longevity, as well as the ability to harness the power of the Infinity Stones. With the stones, Thanos has the power to manipulate space, time, and reality itself. He can travel through space and time, alter the laws of physics, and even erase half of all life in the universe with the snap of his fingers. In addition, Thanos is a skilled tactician and strategist, making him a formidable opponent. He is ruthless, cunning, and willing to do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, including sacrificing countless lives. The outcome of this matchup depends on several factors, including the availability of the Infinity Stones and the level of determination and willpower displayed by each character. If Thanos has all 6 Infinity Stones, then he would be virtually invincible. Even Elsa's most powerful abilities would be useless against him, since he could simply erase them with a snap of his fingers. However, if the Infinity Stones are not available, then the battle becomes much more even. In this scenario, Thanos would still have his superhuman abilities and combat experience, but he would need to rely on his physical strength and fighting skills rather than the power of the stones. Meanwhile, Elsa would be able to use all of her powers to their fullest potential, including her ice magic, healing abilities, and time-freezing powers. In this case, it is possible that Elsa could defeat Thanos if she is able to land a powerful enough blow to stun him or trap him in a block of ice. However, Thanos is a skilled fighter, and it would not be easy for Elsa to get close enough to him to do any real damage. Another factor to consider is the environment in which the battle takes place. If the fight occurs in a cold climate, then Elsa would have the advantage, as the cold temperatures would play to her strengths and allow her powers to be more effective. On the other hand, if the battle takes place in a hot climate, then Thanos would have the advantage, as the heat would weaken Elsa's powers and make it easier for him to defeat her. Despite his immense power, Thanos has been defeated in the past, often by characters who possess less power than him. One such example is when he was defeated by a group of Avengers in the 2018 film Avengers Endgame. This shows that even the most powerful villains can be defeated if they are outwitted or So it is not impossible for Elsa to defeat Thanos, but it would require a lot of skill, strategy, and determination. What if we introduced a twist to this matchup by giving Elsa a set of Infinity Stones specifically tailored to counter Thanos' powers? This could include stones that could amplify her ice magic, enhance her physical abilities, or even nullify the effects of Thanos' own stones. With these new abilities, Elsa would be a formidable opponent for Thanos, capable of matching his power and potentially even defeating him. For example, with an amplified version of her ice magic. Elsa could create massive ice structures that could trap Thanos, or she could generate blizzards so powerful that they could freeze Thanos and his army. Or perhaps she could heal herself and her allies while simultaneously weakening and damaging Thanos. However, it's important to remember that Thanos is not only a powerful sorcerer and warrior, but also a brilliant strategist and tactician. He would likely be able to anticipate many of Elsa's moves and develop counter-strategies to overcome her amplified powers. This means that the outcome of the battle would ultimately depend on the level of determination and willpower displayed by each character. Imagine a scenario where Elsa confronts Thanos in the cold wastelands of a distant planet, utilizing her amplified powers to create towering ice sculptures that threaten to engulf Thanos and his army. As the Mad Titan retaliates with blasts of cosmic energy, Elsa summons 4 impenetrable ice shields to protect herself and her allies. But Thanos, with his vast knowledge of the universe, realizes that he cannot defeat Elsa's ice magic head-on. So he uses his cunning to outsmart her, luring her into a trap and disarming her of her powers. However, just when it seems like Thanos has the upper hand, Elsa taps into the very essence of the planet's core, drawing upon its raw elemental power to fuel her magic. With renewed vigor, she unleashes a barrage of ice shards that pierce through Thanos' defenses, forcing him to retreat. As the battle rages on, Elsa realizes that she cannot defeat Thanos without the help of her friends. So she calls out to the spirits of the forest, summoning forth an army of animals to aid her in the fight. Together, they stand against Thanos and his army in a final showdown, pushing the Mad Titan and his forces to their limits. In the end, it is not brute force or magical ability that prevails, but rather the unwavering determination and courage of Elsa and her allies. They fight with everything they've got, refusing to give up even when the odds are stacked against them. And in a final act of desperation, Elsa makes a tremendous sacrifice, using the last of her powers to create a massive ice sculpture of herself that distracts Thanos long enough for her allies to regroup and launch a final attack. Thanos, weakened by the loss of his Power Stone and the destruction of his army, is eventually defeated by a combination of Elsa's ice magic, the raw, elemental power of the planet, and the combined efforts of her animal allies. With Thanos finally subdued, Elsa and her friends are able to restore balance to the universe and protect the innocent from the Mad Titan's wrath. And yet, despite his defeat, Thanos' legacy lives on, serving as a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of protecting the universe from those who seek to destroy it. As you can see, the outcome of a battle between Elsa and Thanos depends on a variety of factors, including the availability of the Infinity Stones, the environment, and the level of determination and willpower displayed by each character. While Thanos is undoubtedly a formidable opponent with his superhuman abilities and strategic brilliance, he has been defeated in the past by less powerful characters. On the other hand, Elsa's powers over ice and snow are virtually limitless, and she has demonstrated incredible feats of strength and determination in her own films. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide who would win in an all-out war between these two powerful beings. Now, let's move on to the next matchup by clicking on the link provided below. Do you want to forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment with your thoughts on who would win between Elsa and Thanos? We always appreciate your feedback and can't wait to bring you more epic matchups in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time!